G'day boys and girls, Dom here. So today we're going to turn some D2 steel and a whole bunch of cutter bits into broken D2 and broken cutter bits. And if we're lucky, we may make a knife out of it. Who knows? So this is the milling machine I've been using recently. This is actually a retrofitted mill that runs with CNC. I've been using this a whole lot in the past few months to make timber handles, G10 handles, all that sort of, soft stuff. But this machine can do steel. The previous owner of this machine actually did machine steel and titanium, all that sort of cool stuff. So it is possible. So I'm gonna try and push my skill set a little bit and see if we can get some knives out of there. So I've designed a knife, I'm gonna call it the Venom. And this is a knife I designed to made on the CNC. So hopefully that goes okay. You're gonna be kind of learning with me as you sort of fuck around with this sort of stuff. I'm definitely not John Grimsmo, and I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing with CNC. So I'm just gonna stumble around and break stuff and hopefully get a knife out of it, hey? So right now we've done our bevels in there. We're doing that first just so the place doesn't vibrate too much. And now we're going to go in here and we're going to start to mill out this slide. We're going at 3,000 RPM. I don't know if that's right. That's what Fusion said, and it seems to be coming okay. A little bit of chatter, but I think it's possible. Okay, so we've had mixed results. This has been a very, very frustrating 3 days of fuckery trying to figure this stuff out. This was the first attempt. I think two things went wrong here. Firstly, I was using the wrong cutter with the wrong speeds and feeds. And essentially what was happening was I'd basically turn on the machine, it would come down and basically instantly rip off the tools. So I found out I was basically running the tool a bit too slow because of being a pussy and trying to run everything really gentle. And when you have, at least I'm assuming, when you have too much feed rate and not enough cutter speed, it's just going to rip off your teeth, which is exactly what it did on the first attempt. And we eventually got it okay, so it managed to machine through most of it. And then it came up to here to do the bevels, and it just snapped the tool as soon as it did the turn there. What I'm assuming happened was because the material was so bent and warped when I bolted it down, that as I machined it, the material sort of flexed into the cut. Because you can see the cut there is really, really aggressive. It was only supposed to be 0.2 of a mil in the cut. So that's what I'm assuming happened. If there's anyone out there who's an actual machinist, or anyone who's ever touched a CNC machine ever, probably knows way more than I do. I'd love to hear what you kind of think went wrong there, because, well, I don't know. But yeah, that was attempt number one. Attempt number two, oh, we're getting somewhere. This went a lot better. I did break all my 4mm cutters on the last attempt, so obviously we did this with a 6mm cutter. It went okay. It did sort of break itself free because we didn't have enough of fixture tabs, and it chattered like crazy on that bevel. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can definitely see some chatter marks. I'm assuming just not enough support on that bevel. And it also machined it a little bit too thin. What I think I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to try and heat treat it, and I'm going to keep it. I haven't kept the knife in a long time, but this is sort of like a little victory for me. I've never machined anything out of steel before, so that's kind of cool. And then we came to attempt number 3 and 4. And this is getting a lot more promising. Now, obviously, I'm still learning, and I have no real idea what I'm doing, which is why you've got all this wastage right here and here as well. As I get better, I'm going to see if I can get it, just clamp it up better in the machine and be more efficient with it, hold it down better, and do all those sort of machiney things. But hey, I'm scared of computers to begin with, so this is all new to me. Increase the thickness of the edge, so I've got some room there to actually grind the blade after heat treat. And then they've left this big web there along the edge. Theory being is that it's going to help support the edge as we're machining it so it doesn't buckle on us. Sort of chop these out and surface grind them and get them ready for heat treat. So downside number one of the CNC is we've made the mother of all messes. And I've probably been cleaning up for about 30 minutes, but there is just chips fucking everywhere and just coolant everywhere. And obviously you can see the problem. We have no enclosure. So I've got no clue how the last guy managed to machine anything and just not cover his place and just crap everywhere. It doesn't help the fact that this whole floor is slanted like that. So all of the coolant is sort of just pooling at the back. And I'm just sitting over here with a broom, just quickly trying to get the coolant to flow down the drain hole and into the tank. I've got a second bucket that was sitting over there, had another bucket over there. Definitely not the way to do it. We've added some shims in there as well. That wasn't quite enough. I mean, the floor's probably out by a lot, but it worked. And now we just have the mother of all cleaning jobs because it's just everywhere. And it's not even water, it's water and oil. So this is gonna be fun, hey?
Woo!
And there we go, we have a Venom. We're doing a very limited batch of these things. I'm thinking like 20 over the next month or so. There's a link on the website. If you're watching in the future, that link's not there. Obviously that has ended and I'm probably not making them anymore. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.
Mm-hmm.